What's cracking YouTube? It's your boy Turbo, and welcome to my channel, Pot of T.H.C, where we smoke the competition like camels. And today I'll be bringing you my variation of Time Thieves, one of my little Spycey RaGuu projects that I've been cooking up in the laboratory for you guys. So I'm gonna start it off nice, sweet, and simple. I'm gonna get to my boy. I'm gonna lay him down. So here's my boy. I play three Goddards, Time Thief Goddards. These are my boys right here. They get your plays going on. You know what I'm saying? So people have been apparently catching the wave of what Time Thieves can do. I'm not really a fan of the combo version, but I prefer to play more of a mid-range tempo type strategy. So that's the way that I play it. But basically what Regulator does, I'm gonna hold this guy up to the camera. So basically what Regulator does, Regulator allows you to special summon 2 Time Thief monsters from your deck, and you get your Winder, and with the newly released Adjuster, and you just combo off from there. Winder searches your counter trap or whatever else you may need, and Adjuster, she sends a ship to the graveyard. So that's so great. So this is my guy right here. Whenever I post again to of my new variation, because I've been testing and experimenting with a new variation, I'll more than definitely let you guys in on what's going on. But Regulator, he's so sweet. He also has a second effect that excuse me, when a Time Thief XYZ monster is destroyed by battle, I can special summon this card from the graveyard, and he gets banished when he leaves the field. But it rarely comes up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it rarely comes up, and sometimes I even forget about it when it does happen, because it has happened where it has come up, and I've honestly just forgot about it. So it's a sweet card. Appreciate this Konami, great card. Our next three hours we play 3 Time Thief Rewinds. Oh my god, man, I love this guy. This is my boy. He's got that Ultra Instinct hair, so you could already tell he's in that Ultra Instinct mode. So he's the boss. He's calling shots, and now that he's got, you know, his little Boma, basically he's got him a Boma and Adjuster. So it's like we got the Dragon Squad right here. So Winder, he could detach a material from an XYZ special summon himself. When he's special or normal, he does get you any Time Thief card. So it could be another Regulator, it could be the Counter Trap Retrograde, it could be Flyback, Hack, or whatever your heart's desire. This guy can grab it with the catch of he can't grab himself. But that's cool, man, because Rewind, he runs it back all day, gets it in, puts in that work, and he's a nice, sweet little 1800 attack body. So much appreciated. I'm glad that he's once per turn for each effect. Don't know why we couldn't have got it for Adjuster, but I'm cool. No big deal. You know, we work what we got. We work what we got. So he's definitely great. And now we're gonna get down to the ships. I only play one of each. I play 1 Time Machine, my Bezel Ship, and I play 1 Millennium Falcon. So my Millennium Falcon and Time Machine, and basically Bezel Ship. I'll explain Bezel Ship first. Bezel Ship, if if he's in the graveyard, you can detach a material from an XYZ, special summon himself, and banish himself when he leaves the field. That's not a problem, because we're 9 times 10, we're XYZing. And he also has a really dope effect that when he special summons, especially when you have Perpetual on the field, you special summon this guy back. And what he does is that whenever your opponent would per se send anything, for example, with a Foolish Burial to the graveyard, he can tribute himself, and then he could take that same monster and attach it to any XYZ. And that's pretty much how you loop your Perpetual, because once she's out of materials, you use your Flyback that you would attach to your Redoer, and he detaches, and then he attaches something from the graveyard, and then you put it on your Perpetual, and you just keep your Perpetual going. And then with Redoer, those two just grind and give you such mad grind games. So this card is definitely dope, man. Like, there's so many games where I've just looped this card and looped, you know what I'm saying? So it's an awesome card, definitely dope. And then you have Chronocorder, or as I like to call him, the Millennium Falcon. This card is also pretty sweet as well. Like, I've seen people cut this from their list. I don't know why, because this is a free body. Like, you make this with you have this engraved with Redoer and Cyframe Lambda, man, it's amazing. So like you banish Redoer, this comes back on field, and you get a search for a side frame gear gamma at the end phase. So this basically helps you get into your perpetual. So you'll have a lambda with a gamma in hand, with a perpetual, with a redoer, with the counter trap, also with the flyback attached. Like, I mean, this is just golden. But basically, its effects are during the battle phase. If you would take battle damage, you contribute this guy, and your opponent eats that damage that you would have taken for that battle. So you can potentially win in time with this. I've actually won 2 games because my opponent didn't read this card, and I just like I had it in attack mode, and they were like trying to swing for like crazy damage, and then I just was just like effect, and they're like, I don't care, that's fine. And I was like, you die? And it was just like, wait, what? What is he doing? I'm like, he's a magical cylinder. This is crazy. So this card is like definitely awesome. It does have its little moments. It is fun. I appreciate it definitely wholeheartedly. So yeah, it's a pretty cool card. It's a pretty cool card. So that rounds off my Time Thief cards. Now this is where the Spyce RaGuu comes in. So here comes the little sweet package that I have. I play my Yang Zing package, white and black dragon. So basically they search each other. They're chaos monsters, obviously. So white, you have to banish a dark monster, and black, you have to banish a light monster, and basically that's all they do. I mean, once they're sent to the graveyard, they search each other, and that's pretty great. So when I get to the extra deck, you'll see what I'm doing with it as I go throughout my profile. You'll see what they can do, but these guys are great. It just helps you make link plays / XYZ plays, because guess what? They're they're level 4s, excuse me. So yeah, they're pretty sweet. They're pretty dope. And I'm also playing the Rocket Engine because Tracer by himself is a 1-card redoer, so he's incredible. And we play 2 of him, so there we go, 1, 2, and also Partner in Crime can have Batman without Robin. There's the Recharger. So basically, Rocket Tracer Dragon is a level 4 Dark Dragon monster. Everybody associates it with Dragon Link. I use it for rank 4 plays, so it's phenomenal. And it has like its effects are, it's a quick effect. You could target one face-up card you control, destroy it, and you can special summon one rocket monster from your deck. That's incredible. The catch is you can't special summon, you can only special summon dark monsters for the rest of the turn, and that's fine. That's cool. So this guy is very dope. He 9 out of 10. This card helps me either go into Lambda or a Perpetual or even a Redoer himself, or just whatever I may need. You know what I'm saying? So it's ways to play around that, only summoning dark monsters for the rest of the turn. And Recharger, he's like a little pseudo hand trap. Whenever my Redoer would be destroyed by a card effect or something, I can special summon this card, and I can you get back your Redoer basically. So it's great, man. Like this Recharger puts in work, man. Surprisingly, the Rockets, people, I feel they really don't utilize the Rockets to the best of their abilities, man. Like Rockets are dope, especially if you're playing boot sector launch. My God, bro, it feels good knowing that if your board gets broken and your opponent underestimates boot sector, you just establish your whole board again, basically with the Rockets. So that's dope. And on top of that, what makes Rockets so sweet and why I probably feel that this is probably my favorite extender out of the entire deck, it's a tuner. So it gives you XYZ links and tuners, and I love just the versatility. I like having versatile cards in my deck when I play them, and it just feels so good that this card is so versatile, and being that it's a tuner as well as a level 4. So this card is so sweet. This is a sweet package. So definitely Spyce RaGuu right there. And we're gonna go into another extender. It's my boy Parallel Exceed. He's a mad extender. He's a mad extender. So basically all he pretty much does is that he special summons himself from the hand whenever you link summon, and he special summons himself to Link Arrow, and then he can special summon another Parallel Exceed, and it become level 4, and you basically make a ring 4. So 9 times out of 10 when I'm making this, I've probably made my Lambda, and I already have a way to get to redo it. So either Parallel XE is gonna be perpetual or a dweller or whatever else I may need to cover ground, tornado dragon, something like that. So it's a great extender. I only play 2. I see people play 3. I don't want to brick on this, so I kind of treat this kind of like the Galaxy Soldier package. You play 2 because you don't really need the third. So if I see one in my hand, it's great. It's very, very rare where I'll see 2 in my hand. So 2 is correct in my opinion. So I'm gonna keep rocking it at 2. And yeah, he's pretty dope. He's a win. So he does this. This is sick because I was playing a bird up match, and this like helped me out the bird out. So like he thought he was slick, and I had a way to get out of it with this bad boy. So Parallel XC putting in work right here. So definitely dope. And my last 2 monsters for until I get to my hand traps. So this is like some even more spicy Spyce RaGuu type stuff right here. So what I have right here is like, I promise you, most people, like I've won game, like people scoop when I set up the combos, and I'll show you that when I get to the extra deck. But man, this right here is the Spyce RaGuu. Koakimiro Drago, bro, sick. Win games. I just played a Dragon Link player last night and got the GGs with this card, man. Like he just scooped. There was nothing he could do. And I'm playing Artifact Scythe. I think this is dope. I think this is correct. Scythe puts in that work. With the release of the new artifact monster. This and Tornado Dragon, like if you know what your opponent's playing, you don't necessarily have to make redo it first. You could just make Tornado Dragon and the artifact link monster, and then you just wait for them to do something, and you just pop this off, and boom, you just stun them for a turn. If your hand is not as optimal. So yeah, that's definitely a great way to kind of slow down your opponent and kind of buy a turn, you know what I'm saying? But in the near future, if I do decide to cut this, because in theory, Babushka kind of does the same thing. So in theory, I may cut this package in the near future, coming from what I've been experimenting with, and this may become the link may come out, and I may replace it with a Babushka just for space in the deck and utilization. But so far playing with it, it hasn't done me wrong. So and Drago, excuse me, I forgot to explain. Drago, he basically just says that your opponent, me or my opponent, cannot special summon light or dark monsters. Of course, you're making this where your board's already established, and he destroys himself unless you reveal a dragon monster at the end of your phase. So of course with the combo, I'm going to show you how you'll have a dragon, and basically you'll have a Time Thief Redoer with a bounce. So anything your opponent could throw at Drago to try to get over him, you just bounce it back, and then you steal it off the top of the deck. So they pretty much cry and they quit, because this essentially, for dark or light decks, this is like having Mystic Mind on the board. They can't really do anything, so it just slows them down basically to a screeching halt. So this card's great. It wins games. And with the hand traps, I do play 1, 2, 3. Man, this is like the Omnitrix right here. This that Alien X right here, man. Because boy, let me tell you something, man. It's that Static Shock right here, bro. So Side Frame Gear Gamma, I combo this off on a regular. I can't explain it, but this is like my Bay deck. Like I love this deck. This is Bay right here. This is life. Like I get Regulator and Side Frame Gear Gamma on the regular. Like it's like I know statistically it should be, I'm pretty sure, 4 or none that I should open them 2 cards. I kid you not. Like if I test handed 9 or like 10 hands, I guarantee you 9 out of 10 hands I will probably have Regulator and Side Frame Gear Gamma, because those 2 cards just love me. Like, and Side Frame Gear Gamma, it's plain and simple. You control no monsters, and you negate a monster's effect if your opponent is bold enough to ash or even throw their own Side Frame Gear Gammas. We'll Side Frame Gear Gamma them back, or even funnier enough, we'll ash it, if we can, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Side Frame Gear Gamma is OP in this deck. Definitely play it at 3, and you have the one driver. He's a vanilla card, so it's all good. No sweat. But yeah, these are my static boys right here. They put in that work. They help me make Lambda, or we go into Side Frame Gear Gamma, or another spicy synchro monster I have in my extra deck. And also we gotta play that forehead, bro. This chick got a big ass forehead, bro. No lie, no cap, bro, no jokes. But we play her. She puts in work. She's just generic. So enough said about her. She covers just so much ground. So this is why we played 3 of her. And next we're gonna get to the spells. So I'm just gonna kind of breeze by these guys because these are pretty straightforward on what they do. So we're gonna play Call by the Grave. It's pretty obvious what we're doing with Call by the Grave. I'm sorry about that. Let me try to adjust this right quick. There we go. That should be a lot better. All right, there we go. Just adjusting that right here. I'm sorry about that, guys. Just want to make sure this is nice and adjusted. So here we have it's Called by the Grave. So Called by the Grave is dope. It helps you, you know, when you're comboing off. It stops your opponent's hand traps. It also can be used offensively as well. You know, you could use it. You could set it, use it on your opponent's turn, banish a Eldlick or whatever your heart desires. Man, this card is awesome. Konami, bring this back to 3. I know you're trying to sell cards, but I promise you, man, like, just bring this card back to 3, man. I know you're trying to sell your cross dominator, whatever. Look, man, just bring this back to 3, man. This card is just, we need this card, Konami. It's necessary, bro. Hand traps are ridiculous, man. We just need this, man. And next we have our instant. It's a free ring 4. I mean, enough said. Cup of ramen. Then I played 3 quick launches. I mean, this is an E-Telly for, like, rank 4. It's a rank 4 toolbox card right here. It's E-Telly for level 4. So enough said. I mean, you get a dragon. You get a rocket tracer from your deck, and yeah, it destroys itself at the end of the battle, at the end of the turn, but you're gonna make a rank 4 with it, so it doesn't even matter. So yeah, quick launches, yeah, it gets you popping off quick. Its name does what it says. And next we're playing some more Spyce RaGuu. If you're gonna play the Chaos Dragons, you gotta play the Chaos Space. I played 3 of these bad boys. It's so sweet. The draw you get from this is awesome. Basically, you send a light art dark to the graveyard, and depending what you send, that's what dragon you get. So if you send a dark, you get the white. If you send a light, you get the dark. And you basically proceed at that point. That is a Chaos Space quick launch. Quick launch is a 1-card redoer. Chaos Space is a free Lambda or whatever your heart's desire. So you know that is fantastic. That's great. Then we're gonna get to the traps. We're gonna play 1 Retrograde. Retrograde is phenomenal. It's the counter trap. It negates the spell or a trap, and it attaches it to a XYZ monster. So, like I said, if you have a redoer, you can attach it to your redoer, or if your perpetual is low, you'll use Retrograde. So I love the fact, as I play this deck, as I've learned this deck and I've gotten really great with this deck, is that in this particular variant, I do play 1 Perpetua. But in my opinion, it's correct to play 2. And in the near future, when I come out with my next profile, I will be playing 2. Man, like because Perpetua, she just keeps you grinding. But this deck does have so many unique ways on how to keep her alive, basically, and keep her relevant. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that's pretty dope. Retrograde is like that card. You know what I'm saying? Like it could basically put another material on her and just give you another turn where she can attach something from the deck to redo it. So it's nice, man. Like your cards, they all assist each other. I love that. That's like really dope. They really assist each other. So this is definitely a dope card. But play 1 of, because it's once per turn. Konami limiting the counter traps. Oh my god, Retrograde is so busted. And then we have 2 Flybacks, man. This card is like nutty, man. This card is so nutty. So basically, with these 2, oops, camera falling, man. Excuse me. I'm sorry, you guys. But basically, Retrograde is I'm sorry, not Retrograde. Excuse me, just give me a second. This camera is something else, man. Okay, there we go. So Flyback. Excuse me about that. I'm sorry, guys, but Flyback is an amazing card. And what Flyback does is Flyback. You could set it on the field, and you could flip it and activate it. When you activate it, it could target one Time Thief XYZ monster you control. Attach one Time Thief card from your hand or your deck as a material. It could also be banished from the graveyard. Now, this is the spice. Is when you attach it with Perpetua to Redoer, and Redoer detaches it, you could banish it from the graveyard and can attach a card from your opponent's graveyard onto your XYZ monster. So this could basically refill Perpetua, or it could give Redoer a much needed material, and that could help you combo off even further and do more. You know what I'm saying? So Flyback, it does put in work. I think too, it's fine. It's not too bad. You know, even if I see it, as long as I have a way to get to Redoer, it's not, you know, it's never really bad. It's never really dead. I've never felt like I needed another one. It's just fine because you have other ways on how to make trap Redoers. So yeah, Flyback is definitely it's copacetic. It's very copacetic. And on to the next, we do play Shade Brigadines. Shade Brigadines are definitely, they're awesome. They're great. It basically, it's a trap monster that you can summon on your first turn or any turn after. As long as you don't have a trap, you could set this and activate it, and boom, you make a trap Redoer. And trap Redoer is enough said. It's the best Redoer. It's in a perfect way.